Welcome back to my gameplay of Doki Doki Literature Club. This is going to be part 2. So if you guys did not happen to watch part 1 already, at the top of my description down below you will find a link to the playlist where you can click on that and go all the way to part 1. Before we get into this, I want to leave a little disclaimer for you guys. This game is supposedly not a game for people with depression or anxiety. There can be things in it that is triggering to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do not continue with this gameplay if you think that you will be triggered by anything if you have depression or anxiety. I've heard that it's something that you do not want to take lightly, so I want to give you guys that little warning. I know that this game looks really cutesy, but supposedly there's more to it than what meets the eye, so definitely don't watch this if you think that you will be triggered by anything like that. If you guys would please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up because that helps me out so much, and also click the bell so that you can be notified every single time I upload. My notification squad, we are a whole other type of group. We're a whole other type of crew of people, and I would love for you guys to be a part of that because not only does it help me when you guys get notified, because we know YouTube doesn't do its job at making sure that you guys do, but it's also a fun little club. We're in our own little notification club, and I love seeing your guys' comments right when I upload my videos. It makes me the happiest. I also want to say before we continue with this game, please do not leave any spoilers down below. Even if you say this happens to a character later on in the game and you don't say what character it happens to, you're still spoiling something. I'm trying to go into this completely blind, and I'm uploading these videos most of the time the same day that I played them. So if you guys are watching this as they are going up, I'm still in the middle of playing it. So not only is it a spoiler for people reading the comments in the future, but it's a spoiler for me as I'm playing it, and I think there needs to be some respect in the gaming community where we let people experience games as they were meant to be experienced, which is going in blind and not really knowing what's happening. So please do not leave spoilers in the comments. I will see it and it will ruin the experience for me, and it will ruin the next parts I have to film because I will know things that are happening and I won't be enjoying it as much. So leave the spoilers out of the comments. Please have a little respect there, and let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome back to my gameplay of Doki Doki Literature Club. This is going to be part 2. You guys have convinced me to continue with this game. Now, I know I already said this at the beginning, but I want to remind you guys again, just in case some of you didn't hear. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you say something, people didn't hear it. So I'm going to say it again. Do not leave spoilers in the comments, okay? If you love me and care about me, do not do that. I will tell you, there are 2 things I hate in my life the most, more than anything. It's spoilers to movies, TVs, games, and liars. Those are the 2 things I hate the most. So please leave spoilers out of the comments. For the love of God, please leave them out. Even the tiniest little details, leave out. I like to go into these games completely blind, and I want people that are reading the comments to be able to do that as well. So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So where I left you guys off, we were about to write a poem for our second day, and let's go ahead and do it, guys. Let's go ahead and do it and see what this game has in store. I'm really hoping that we get into the spooky factor in this part. That is my hope for this. I am ready for some weirdness, but let's go ahead and do the damn thing. So what do we want to do for our first word? I'm gonna do cry. Broken. Unstable. You know what I just noticed? Okay, so I did see a comment from you guys where y'all were saying that what you pick in the poem has a lot to do with the outcome that you get. Like, it can change a little bit of the game. So I just noticed also that these little chibi characters, I think you call that chibi, are like popping up when I click a word. So I feel like I need to pick which one I want to... I don't know if I'm supposed to like date them or whatever, because I did hear this was like a dating game, so I don't know if I'm trying to write this poem in a way that like will flatter the person that I like the most. So what I didn't do in the previous part was I didn't pick somebody that I liked the most. I know who I like the most out of all of them, but I didn't, write that poem to kind of fit them. So in this one, I am going to try harder to pick words that I think that Yuri will like. I like Yuri the most. She has this like Okay, I like Sayori. Natsuki, she's got a bit of an attitude, okay? I'm not too big of a fan of Natsuki per se. But I feel like I really like Yuri, so I'm gonna try and pick words that I think that she will like the most. Misfortune? Shit! Oh my gosh, when you're trying to write a poem for someone to flatter them, but you end up flattering the wrong person. Massacre? Okay, she wants the big words. She wants stuff like defeat. Fuck. Depression. Shit! I don't think we're gonna end up dating the one that I want to date. Explode. Dark. Fuck. No, I want to pick Yuri. Oh no. Okay, sweet pout. Fuck. Hurt. Oh no, hopeless. Guys, I'm mad. I'm restarting. I'm uninstalling the whole game. Okay, lust. Horror. Wrath. Ooh. Suicide. Death? Shit. That's awful. Yeah, don't play this game if you guys are depressed. Don't do it. Do not do it. Okay, unrequited? Shit. God damn it. I've never been more upset in my entire life. We have 2 more chances to get Yuri here. 2 more chances. Prayer time, daydream, philosophy, vibrant, inferno. Okay. Extraordinary, nibble, anxiety, or tragedy? Oh, dude, I can't even do math. I said 2 more times. We have 1 more time. Silly mouse games. Jumpy vanilla, desire. Okay. It looked like they were all happy at the end, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. Another day passes and it's time for the members meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, KYLA. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. That's a bit weird. Why am I being so invasive? Who's like, let me look at your purse. I want to see your stack of tampons. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She stumbles with the latch and gets it to open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you planned to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. I kind of think that my character might be a Virgo because, I mean, it's from my perspective and I am a Virgo, but I just feel like I'm a bit Virgo-y, you know what I mean? In the previous one, I'm like, you need to change your outfit, and you got like a stain on your shirt. And in this one, I'm like plotting and planning the whole scene before it happens. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. Ooh, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. Aha, I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell KYLA to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. Ooh. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. I mean, it's true. I wasn't going to be coming unless they were cupcakes. And here I am judging her for eating all the time. And I'm like, I will literally sell my soul to a literature club for a cupcake. Come on, give me a little bit more credit than that, Sayori. What the fuck was that, man? It scared the crap out of me. Kia! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... a cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Why do I feel like Natsuki threw that? I could be wrong, but I feel like Natsuki threw that. Is that a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I told you it was Natsuki. I knew that. I feel like I'm figuring out these characters very quickly. And Natsuki, she's a bit spicy. I was gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Oomph. Sayori suddenly clasped her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Geez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safely. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Ugh, where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Aw, that's sad. That's so sad. Girl, you need to have some confidence. Confidence. I shouldn't talk. I shouldn't talk. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monika. Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, KYLA. Monika smiles sweetly. Ooh, is she gonna play us a song? I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. What is she doing in the closet? Natsuki's a weird one. She's a weird one, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad from distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. ... But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing that I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. I feel like she was wanting to reread it, potentially because she wanted to feel close to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I will definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. All right. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark came out of nowhere. Yuri giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, KYLA? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. ... Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. All right. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. All right. I open the book and I start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. She wants to feel close. I think that maybe I'm getting Yuri's attention. Maybe just a little bit. Sorry, Yuri, you really apologize a lot, Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, are we about to have a moment together? Yuri takes her left arm and holds it to the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the other side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least that I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But KYLA, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. ... I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. ... I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not that. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. All right, I guess I'll do more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? Aw, that's kind of cute. What the hell? All right, they're being cute now. They're being cute. I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. All right. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. Now it is poem time. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, I am trying to get Yuri's attention, and it seems like after that little exchange that I might have it a little bit, so I'm gonna show it to Yuri first this time. Let's see what you've written for today. ... Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? KYLA, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying that you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? ... Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Aww. Okay, I really like Yuri. Something about her is like really precious. And I know that this game is supposed to go in like a really dark direction, and I'm hoping nothing happens to Yuri at all. But let's read this poem. It's called The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic. That word looks like it says provolone. I know that's not the word, but all I can read is provolone. What does that say? Pavlovian? I can't read it. What is it? Pavlovian. Whatever. Classic conditioning. I slice the bread and I feel myself again. Okay. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right, it's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, KYLA? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Poor Yuri. She has like this sadness about her, and I have a cat hair on my nose. Ooh, get out of there. Okay, let's go with Sayori's now. Let's go with our good old friend Sayori. ... KYLA, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything, but your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... no way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is least likely to admit how she likes something, but I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Whoa. Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're a really good expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure, even the little things. Like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling her own pencil between her hands. Hey, KYLA, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Okay, here's the thing. I was trying to write it for Yuri, so I'm kind of like in this awkward position now because now Sayori thinks it's about her, and I'm going to keep trying to write the poems to fit Yuri. But now I feel bad. Now I feel like I should try and get them to fit Sayori because I don't want to break her heart. It's weird because Yuri and Sayori's like writing styles, I guess, have a little bit. I'll try and pay attention to her poem a little bit more in this one so I can try and fit your see, I can't even talk. Yuri. Oh my god, you guys don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. Aha! I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped, but being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry, it's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and I pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little bit clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and I help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that, but it's not as good as yours. Geez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Okay. Ooh, hers is longer this time. Wasn't hers like really short last time? This one is called Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Interesting. Okay. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monika taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I've never felt more called out in my life. I wonder if this is just one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, so let's go with Monika's next because I don't really like Natsuki. She's not my favorite, not gonna lie. Hi again, KYLA. How's the writing going? All right, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad, I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monika. ... All right. Great job, KYLA. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism, unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing, just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope that you do too. All right, let's take a look. Okay, this one's called Save Me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Is that an upside down cross? Right here. Do you guys see that? Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Whoa. That's weird. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. I caught your cue, my friend. We will save the game. Yes, we will. Okay. Wait, is that a tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. We caught you, Monika, loud and clear. Okay, let's get what Natsuki Not my favoriteest cookie in the cookie jar, you know what I mean? I mean, she's adorbs. She's adorbs, but her attitude, not really my thing. I liked your last one better. Really? Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little bit more daring with this one, but you're really not good enough for that yet. It felt flat. That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like poems that aren't too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri's head over heels for this cryptid nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Making your reader look so hard for all this deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. Wow, she is a spicy burrito. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something. Okay, alrighty. Rude ass biatch. Hate to say it. Okay. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried to not let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Do you guys see what I mean about why I don't like Natsuki? She is rude. I'm gonna vote that if something bad happens in this game, Natsuki does it. Alright. She gave me a bad vibe from the first moment she was looking at me weird while I was eating a cupcake. I'm like, she poisoned that shit. Okay. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best that I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt that I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. Analogies, oh my god, can't believe I said that. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. She is so rude. Like, anyone agreed that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure, something that they're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you, but that's just what makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things, and I agree. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some sort of weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Ugh. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has a trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure, and Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if the writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Okay. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Yuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets that we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monika? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. ... But I still think that we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's all about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And if those reasons that we're all in this club, it's those reasons that we are all on this club today, don't you want to share that with others to inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. ... Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right. Whew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? ... Yuri dejectively glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monika, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Ugh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called Yuri Anxiously Glances at Each of Us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called Afterlife of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirlwind fire Yuri keeps concealed inside of her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding, and everyone joins me afterward. We give Yuri the recognition that she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. ... Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your own poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins to read her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone's head I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even KYLA likes it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that sort of thing. It's just kind of embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time left before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who is next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before KYLA. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let KYLA lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Natsuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with, but it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and stand in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in what you're writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting their poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they'll bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get through enough practice for the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. All right. I stand up. There is no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Yuri and Monika, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monika, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Geez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, KYLA, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? ... Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, I would walk home with Yuri. I would still walk home with Sayori. Oh, this makes me feel so bad, you guys. This makes me feel so bad. Here's the thing, like from the very first game I was playing, I personally just felt I like Yuri. I feel like Yuri's character speaks to me a little bit more. I do really like Sayori though. I think Sayori is a really good character and I really don't want to hurt her feelings. But I also feel like you have to go with what you really want in life, because if you do anything but that, you are going to end up hurting somebody's feelings worse in the end. You know what I mean? So I would give things with Yuri a chance, you know? I feel like we have a little something. And I always walk home with Sayori, so I would spice it up and walk home with Yuri. Don't yell at me in the comments, guys. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Geez, there's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe, but I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her, but if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Okay. All right, you guys, we are back where we need to write another poem, so I'm going to save really quick, and we're going to just save over that. I feel like I'm enjoying the story a little bit more. I feel like in this part, I'm getting to know the characters a little bit better, so I feel like I'm getting a little bit more into it. And also, when I started the first part, I went into it completely blind, so I had no idea that it was supposed to be a visual novel. Now that I'm into it, knowing that I have to read the whole game, I feel a little bit more comfortable, whereas before I was like, I wasn't expecting it. So I'm enjoying it a bit more. You guys will have to let me know if you disagree with my choice to choose to walk home with Yuri, or if you would have chosen to walk home with Sayori. And also, as another reminder for you guys, please leave spoilers out of the comments. I know a lot of people that have been leaving me comments have already finished this game. And I've gotten some really helpful advice. Like, some of you guys have been sharing with me that I need to pay really close attention to the poems and stuff like that's really helpful. And it definitely helped me in this part, but anything else, leave it out. Like, no blank happens to this character or nothing like that. I know that some people might be enjoying watching this game and they don't want to know what's going to happen. And also, I'm playing it with you guys as like in current times. So whenever you guys leave me spoilers down below, it spoils it for me. So leave the spoilers out for me and for everyone else wanting to play this game. And also, I hope that this video didn't have as many glitches as my last one did. There's something going on with Streamlabs OBS, which is what I record this through, and I've changed the settings around and stuff, and I'm still experiencing like a few glitches and stuff in my video quality. So I don't know if I need to change the program that I'm recording through or what I need to do. It really shouldn't be doing that because I have a really good computer. So I don't know why I'm having so many issues, but I do appreciate you guys watching my gameplay videos regardless of that. It makes me feel good that you guys enjoy these videos I've been uploading every single day. It makes me feel like we're really hanging out, and I love you guys. I've been reading every single comment, by the way, and I love you guys so fucking much. You guys are the bomb. Thebomb.com. I can't believe I said that. I just showed my age when I said that. I know I get several hundred views on one of my videos, so I really want to see the likes go up because it will help me out so much. And I know if you guys are watching these videos that you would like to help me succeed and thrive, and I would love to continue doing gameplays. So give this video a thumbs up so YouTube will hopefully put it out on pages of people that like gameplays and will hopefully like me and like us and like our family here and want to join it, and we can grow and it'll be great. This is actually KYLA from the future. I just finished filming part 3 and I forgot to ask you guys to leave me an emoji in part 2. So I'm here from part 3 to tell you guys the emoji that I want you guys to leave me down below because we can't forget that. It's super important. We need that. The emoji I would like you guys to leave me down below is leave me the little journal emoji, you know, the one with the pencil where it looks like you've been like writing stuff. Leave me that down below because we do a lot of writing in this. We do a lot of reading poetry. So I feel like the notebook, or even just the notebook emoji, the notebook or the paper, whatever you guys prefer, but I feel like that's very fitting for this. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.